Welcome to the Armani Talks YouTube channel. I'm your host, Armani Talks. In this channel, I'm covering communication skills for you to level up your way with words and become much more articulate. In today's episode, we're entering the world of social skills and we're going to be talking about favors. I want you to, from here on out, view favors as invisible money. And whenever someone is doing you a favor and you view it as invisible money, you're going to be much more grateful. Because a lot of times when someone does another person a favor, they don't even acknowledge it. And when we don't acknowledge it, chances are that we are going to lose our likability in this person's eyes, and it's just going to harm our reputation. Now, here's the thing. With favors, there's two different groups of people. One group loves to ask for favors, and another group feels very uncomfortable asking for favors. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down both of these two groups, and I'm going to be helping you find a nice little path in the middle. The first group, Peter was his name. Whenever Peter is needing a ride to the airport, he's quick to let his friends know, hey guys, I'm going to the airport. I could really use a ride. Whenever Peter coughs just a little bit, he's quick to ask his friends, hey, who wants to bring me chicken noodle soup? Whenever Peter is confused on something, he needs help moving, he is just going to go ahead and ask for favors. And the problem with Peter is that he doesn't understand that different individuals have lives as well. The psychology of Peter is that his friends are very easily giving him favors, and he's not acknowledging it. And due to not acknowledging it, he just keeps asking for it more and more and more. This dynamic is very similar to, let's say you live in an apartment complex, you get water. You get water whenever you desire. You turn on the faucet, you fill it up, you drink it. And sometimes you're so negligent with the water that you forget to turn the faucet off. Well, one day what happens is that you forgot to pay your water bills, because you're taking it so much for granted that when you turn the faucet on, there is no water. What happens now? You're able to fly by for a quick 10 minutes before you're like, wait a minute, this is an emergency. What am I going to do without the water? I can't bathe, I can't brush my teeth, I can't stay hydrated. And now you're beginning to take the water and appreciate it. Very similar to favors. If you're constantly just asking people for favors and taking up their time without ever acknowledging it, very soon you're going to ask them and it's going to be very similar to the water. It's not turning on. They are not reciprocating. Now, the other group of people, the people that are they feel very uncomfortable whenever they're asking for favors. Why? For different reasons. And I've noticed three common reasons. One reason is because they were raised by very self-sufficient parents, or the parents espoused being self-sufficient. Let's say this kid is a little kid. The parent was always like, look, even if you borrow 50 cents, you better return that 50 cents to your buddy, never be in debt to others. And this philosophy was something that stuck with the kid. Another reason that people hate favors is because they were caught on the wrong side of it. See, one thing that a lot of manipulative people do is that they'll do a favor for you, but they're using it as a power play. And in the future, one day, let's say you guys are getting into a heated argument, they'll be like, hey, don't forget that I paid your rent for 2 months. Without me, you wouldn't have a place to stay for 2 months. So this person that feels uncomfortable asking for favors may have a situation like this that happened to them, or situations. And the third reason that people hate asking for favors is because they often feel like they could just do the job better themselves. One day they're like, okay, I'm in this new town. My friend lives right by the airport. Let me give him a quick call to pick me up, right? But this guy, he delays it. He's over here taking a nap when he should be heading out. He's stuck in traffic, a bunch of mess. And then this initial person is like, I should have just done it myself. So these are 3 reasons people hate asking for favors. Now I can empathize with this group because I'm more so this group than this group. I don't like to ask too much for favors. So I can give a very intimate resolution for this. I have 2 resolutions. One is whenever you're asking for favors, rather than ask for behaviors, ask for explanations. Now here's what I mean by this. I have a lot of acquaintances, and acquaintances in my definition are people that I have a transactional relationship with. I help them out, they help me out. Now, one of my acquaintances is a hypnotist, right? But in the traditional view, it's like if I'm asking him for behaviors and actions, I'd be like, hey, can you give me a free hypnosis session? But I feel uncomfortable with that. So in order for this person to be my acquaintance, I think, can I ever ask him questions? Can he ever clearly explain something to me that will help me out? Of course. My brand is about communication skills. A big part of it is persuasion. Can a hypnotist teach me what he does? Yes. And I can ask him for a favor by asking for explanations like, hey, how did you get into hypnosis in the first place? And this, in my definition, is a favor, and it eases me in to asking someone for something. A lot of times, these people feel good that I'm asking them questions like this because it makes them feel like I'm viewing them as an expert. Obviously, discretion is advised. You don't want to be asking too many questions to a consultant, but this just opens the door. And let's say I am potentially going to offend him because I'm asking too many questions. I will preface that by saying, hey, let me take you out to lunch. I will ask you some questions and the lunch is on me. See, offering to pay someone's lunch is a quick way to equalize this whole situation of asking for favors. And another way that I can ask for favors is by starting off as the giver. Like there was this one time where, in my past job, there was a guy that moved from Chicago to Tampa, and he would just eat by himself in the cube all the time. So I noticed that. And one time when me and a few of the people were getting Indian food, I was like, hey, bud, you want to join us? And simply asking him that allowed me to start off as the giver. An acquaintance was formed. And in the future, what happened was that a large part of my team were based in Chicago, and I needed a favor from this individual who just moved from Chicago. I was like, just let him know like the value that I provide within the team in Tampa. He did that, and eventually I ended up getting a promotion. In this situation, once again, I'm still normally uncomfortable asking for favors. So to equalize this, I started off as the giver. So I covered a good amount of ideas within this video. So let me just give you a quick little recap. Favors are invisible money. There are 2 different groups on their relationship with favors. One group loves asking for them, and since they ask for a favor so much, eventually they start to become blinded to when others are doing them favors. And when they become blinded, others become resentful. And due to them becoming resentful, this person eventually gets no favors done for them. To help with this, view favors as invisible money and appreciate it whenever someone spends it on you. There's another group of people that hate having favors done for them. They feel very uncomfortable. And 3 reasons for this is 1, they were raised to be self-sufficient by their parents. 2, they were used and abused by getting favors done for them in the past. And 3, they feel like they could do the task better themselves. To equalize this, rather than ask someone for behaviors and actions, ask for explanations and answers. This is an easy way to ease yourself into feeling comfort towards favors and to even make yourself see eye to eye with them, offer to buy them lunch. Another solution is to start off as the giver rather than the immediate taker, and this will help you out tremendously. So if you enjoyed today's breakdown of favors and you like insights like this into social skills, be sure to check out the Armani Talks free daily newsletter. In this newsletter, I'm dropping daily insights on a variety of topics ranging from active listening, creating small talk, building a tribe, and much more. Join the Armani Talks newsletter in the description box, the pinned comment, or go on armanitalks.com/newsletter and sign up today. Thank you very much for joining the Armani Talks YouTube channel, and I'll catch you next time.